After all the tests and everything, doctor said, "Madam, you are all right." Like, doctor, I'm not okay.
But you knew something was wrong with you.
Anytime you go to in Nigeria, especially if you are in Nigeria, if nothing is wrong with you, they must see malaria parasite. Stress can actually make you lose your life.
Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Jemima Bassi. With me here today, I have the co-founder of Amani Health in person of Mrs. Ayodele Fasui. She will be sharing her story on how she survived depression and anxiety. And if this is your first time here, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell so you can get notified so you don't miss out on any of our discussions. Thank you for choosing to do this, Ma. I mean, there is so many people out there that are going through depression, anxiety, and they don't even know how to go about it. So it takes courage to be able to come out and say, okay, I want to share my story because I believe this story will motivate someone out there to be able to live better and cope better. So, Mark, would like to hear from you.
Okay, thank you very much, Jemima. I like the part where you said it takes courage because
Yeah,
yes, it actually
does.
does take courage. Even while preparing for this, my mind was doing big, but we just hope that this would encourage someone out there and inspire you to get the needed help that and support that you need. So my name is Ayodele, as she has rightly introduced me. I'm the co-founder of Amani Health, and today I'm just here to share my story. So my story is surviving anxiety and depression. Okay, so why we are doing this in the first place is because this is April is Stress Awareness Month, and this is an opportunity for us to remind ourselves that stress, especially chronic stress, is not good for the body. Not good as it is when it is not properly managed, it can cause huge damage to your body system. So that being said, okay, so this started around 2020, the big year where the whole world was on lockdown. Yes, as the world went into lockdown, Ayo also went into, will I say, health lockdown.
Wow.
Okay, so it actually started my story, or this illness that had no name as at that time, actually started way beyond 2020. So it started in 2019. I was always falling sick, on and off, on and off. And it's not like normal illness. Sometimes you go to the hospital, do different tests, you go to the hospital like almost every month to do tests, and then they're saying it's just anytime you go to in Nigeria, especially if you're in Nigeria, if nothing is wrong with you, they must see malaria parasite. That one is almost a given that when you go for any blood work, malaria must show up. Interestingly, malaria didn't even show up in some of my blood work, and then I still felt very sick. So I was very concerned, but to go and come back, 1 month interval, a month I'll feel very fine, and then the next month I'm very sick, But let me backtrack a bit too. So I lost my mom in 2018. And I think looking back now, and then going into therapy, I think that was actually where it all started. Yes, I thought I had healed from that experience, but I don't think. Well, this is just my opinion. I don't think you can heal from grief. You just find a way to manage your emotions and manage the situation. So, but okay, so it started 2018. I lost my mom. That is story for another day. But I think that was actually when it started, and I was also a new mom as at that time. My mom was actually at my place when it happened.
Wow.
It was 1 month after I had my second baby.
Wow.
So she was at my place doing omugo, what they call when your mom comes to help with child caring. Yeah. So she was there. She was at my place when it happened, and then it broke me, just like is expected. And I thought, okay, I had healed from that experience. And then 2019 came, I started falling sick, and month in, month out. And then 2020, in February, just before the lockdown, I think the actual lockdown happened in March. In February, I'd also fallen very sick, as usual, on and off. And I had been to the hospital, and they gave me a clean bill of health. I remember that day, I had gone with my husband to a hospital is in Ogudu. And then the doctor, after all the tests and everything, the doctor said, "Madam, you're all right."
Wow.
I looked at him, I was like, after all these symptoms okay, and we're going to get to the symptoms, it's bit by bit. You hear all the story. But after narrating how I was feeling, everything, the doctor was like, "Madam, you're okay, your test shows that you're okay." I'm like, "Doctor, I'm not okay."
But you knew something was wrong with you.
I knew that, "Doctor, I can ask my husband, I'm not okay." But it's like, okay. So, and I was supposed to go back to work. I think I had taken 2 days off work because it was really bad. And after 2 days, I think you're supposed to give a doctor's report. And then I had gone to, that was one of the reasons I had gone to the hospital. And the doctor was saying, "Madam, I can't write a doctor's because
Wow.
your test
Nothing
result
wrong.
shows yeah, okay." I insisted. I said, "Doctor, I can't go to work. I am not okay." So right there and there, I think he wrote about 5 days or 3 days. I said, "Okay, give me a few days. At least let me rest. I need to know exactly what's going on." So I think he wrote about 3 to 5 days. And just within those 3 to 5 days, then the whole nation was on lockdown. So I didn't have to go to work, thankfully. But that was the beginning of the real ordeal. Yes. Okay. So also looking back now, I think one of the reasons that caused what I went through was a lot of things really. So I would just go over it one by one, and then you get to watch the remaining in the next video. One of those things was I was really, really stressed. I was really, really stressed. And this is not like somebody was putting pressure on me, or like there was pressure from family or nothing. It's just there's some kind of pressure that you put on yourself that affects
The well-being.
your well-being. And we don't know that these things affect our whole body. When I start to tell you about the symptoms, you marvel at, and you say, how can stress cause this kind of physical symptoms?
Most people don't really even know that stress can lead to depression. People don't really know.
Interesting. Stress can lead to burnout. It can lead to anxiety. Move on to depression. Move on to suicide. Stress can actually make you lose your life. Okay, so I was saying that one of the things that I think caused me to get to that breaking point was my thought pattern. I was stressed, and not because somebody was stressing me, but because of the kind of pressure that I put myself under. So as at that time, I was working, I was newly posted to the island. So I live on the mainland, and then I was posted to the island. So that was a bit of stress for me. I wasn't used to that kind of, so wake up in the morning, had to catch BRT, you queue up for BRT. I remember also I used to carry this, I love carrying backpacks. I'm not a lady handbag kind of person. I love my backpack. So inside the backpack, the thing is, I now used to carry load. After carrying the backpack, you now carry load.
On top of it.
I will carry my food, carry my laptop, my books, everything will be in the backpack, and then I will queue up. Sometimes we'll queue up for 1 hour on the queue. When I'm coming back home, same thing. 1 hour, that one is even worse. Coming back home. And then I'll be thinking to myself, why am I going through this? Why should I be the one to go through this kind of stress? Can you see the thought pattern? Like now, imagine thinking that every day. Also, at that time, I had a very difficult boss. So I would go to work feeling very anxious. Like I was legit scared of what I was going to meet at work because of the kind of boss that I had then. So I would then at work we would go out. The kind of work I did, you would go out and meet, let's say, clients now or customers, and then I'll be like, after all these certifications, after all these my exams and all this is what I'm going to use my life to do. Walking on the streets of Lagos, distributing letters. Is this how I'm going? That those kind of thinking, those kind of thinking patterns, and I do that like almost every day. Not almost every day, every day. I do that every day. So looking back now and going into therapy, I realized that those were the kind of things that, and I was suppressing those emotions. I was suppressing it, I was suppressing those emotions, and then I didn't want it to. There was most of us, we were not brought up to express our emotions.
True.
We were brought up to suppress it. If you are feeling somehow, just keep it inside. And that is very wrong. That is one of the things that, when the emotions are now, you can only suppress it to an extent. At the time, they would come out and
definitely
and come out bad. So it's better. Now I realize that it's better to always find a way to express your emotions. I could have, talked about what I was going through with someone. I could have found a way to practice gratitude, as simple as practicing gratitude and changing my thought pattern that, okay, I'm even thankful that I have a job. What about those that don't even have a job? I have a job. I'm working on the street of Lagos. I have a job that is paying my bills, Okay, so this is just one of it. There are many other reasons why I think I fell into that space. So I would stop here for now, and if you want to know more, you must then come back to watch all the videos or join us on Instagram Live on Thursday, where we'll be sharing, more gists and stories that would inspire and motivate you to seek help.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ma. Wow. When she was sharing that story, I was like, really? Like, wow. Most times people don't really look like what they've actually been through. And stress is real. Stress causes a lot of things. And if you don't manage the stressors in your life, it can lead to a lot. I tell people that if you don't listen to your body when it whispers, you will listen to it when it screams. Thank you so much for doing this with us. It's a process, so we're taking it bit by bit.
Yeah.
Till we come your way next time.
And remember, Amani Health is a mental health organization that educates, empowers, and equips individuals, such as children, teenagers, and adults with the right knowledge and skills to help them navigate life challenges confidently and thrive. So if you want to reach us, please check the description below on how to do that, and we'll be more than glad to support you on your mental health journey.
Thank you.